Well, welcome to Jina and
Mike's Korea A to Z. We practiced that so many times.
That's right. And it's been a long time, you know?
It's been a long time.
Right. Especially like you and me filming together on my channel.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is... Do you guys remember, Mike?
I miss those days. Those were good days.
Yeah, right. At the time, YouTube was not like...
YouTube has changed so much.
Yeah, right.
Thanks, TikTok.
TikTok, yeah. I have a lot to say, but today we are not going to talk about TikTok and
Nope,
YouTube.
We won't talk about that. We won't talk about the war. What are we talking about?
So in this series, I'm going to give you guys like a lot of different information about Korea, especially like living in Korea or coming to Korea or just holidays in Korea or Korean guys and... No, we are not going to talk about it.
We're not talking about dating?
Sometimes.
Sometimes?
Yeah, sometimes, but it's going to be more about like informational.
Okay, that's good. I like information.
Yeah. Okay.
I do.
So today we're going to talk about 4 different types of houses in Korea.
Nice, okay.
Yeah, let's say you just came to Korea. Then what do you need?
Okay, if I come to Korea, I'm assuming that I need a lot of money.
A lot of money.
A lot of money, because now that I've lived here for a little bit,
Yep.
if I want somewhere to live and my job doesn't pay for my apartment, I need a lot of money.
Because of the rent. Not rent itself, but because of the deposit, right?
It's a deposit.
Yeah, deposit is really, really expensive in Korea. Yeah, if you ask me how much it is, I don't really know about US dollars. Approximately, how much is it?
Depending on the city that you live in, I
Yeah.
would say the deposit is a lot of times around...
For me, it was like 10,000 US
Really?
dollars. Yeah.
Get out of here.
In
Are you
Seoul.
serious?
Yeah, because it was like one room.
Oh,
Small
okay.
one room, not
Okay.
it's like a big apartment. So that's why it was like 1,000. No, 1,000? No, 10,000, right?
10,000?
Yeah, 10,000 US dollars.
For me, it was about 100,000.
100.
100,000.
Oh no.
So
Oh no.
It was
How?
it was an uck. It's an uck.
Because that was like a good apartment, right?
It's a decent apartment, and it's in a new area. So that's why it's an uck. But also when we got it, inflation was high.
Right. In
And
this
so-
area, right?
Right. And so now it's dropping, thank goodness, but like it was painful. 100,000? 100,000.
Oh my
Damn.
god. Okay, so let's talk about this one first. Office-tel.
Yes.
Yeah, so the first type of house in Korea is office-tel, and I bet most of you guys, if you come to Korea and if you want to live here for 3 months or one year, then I think you are gonna live here. Office-tel.
Yeah. I think I lived in an office till before. And I didn't quite know what an office tail is. Like, it doesn't really, we don't really, it's definitely Konglish, right? The name of it is
Right.
Konglish. And so most people probably don't even know what an office tail is.
Yeah, office-tel is office plus hotel. So it's like office-tel.
Which I wonder, like, what makes it an office tail? Because I've heard that some people in these places, they actually have an office. Like, it can be an office,
Yeah.
but I don't
Yeah,
know.
most of the time you can't. So we just call it office-tel because it's really clean like a hotel. But
Yeah.
at the same time, you can register your house as an office, but you can't.
Whoa.
But anyway, so I feel like, okay, so when I moved out last year or 2 years ago, the first house for me, of course, rent,
Yeah.
it was an office-tel.
Mm-hmm.
And I loved it so much because it was very clean. And of course, I didn't have any like fridge, refrigerator, or what else, like closet
Yeah.
or bed, my bed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't have anything, but they have everything there.
Really? It kind of already comes with furniture and stuff?
Yeah, furniture and the range and
Oh, wow.
everything. So it's very clean, especially like office tales.
Yeah.
They're newly built
Yeah.
usually. So everything is very, very, very clean. I love that fact so much. If it's like dirty, then I'm like, oh, no, I don't want to live here, you know? So I feel like office tale, but office tale, you have to know about it. It's kind of small. It's very, very, very small. My first office tale, that one was like this big. Uh-huh. So it was only for me.
Yeah.
And a lot of times they have a loft.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and
I love office tales like that. I love lofts.
Really?
I do.
But for me, it was like the ceiling was too low for
Oh,
me.
okay.
So I felt like, oh my God, I cannot breathe. You know, I felt that way, so I didn't like it
Yeah.
that much. So I was like, I have to move. I have to move.
Yeah, it's like in the US, I've always wanted a loft, but like the lofts that I've seen in the US, like, you know, in Korea, like you go up and then the roof's like right here.
Yeah.
But then like in the US, I've seen them where they're just the roofs are a lot higher.
Oh, right.
And it's almost like it's a no, whole nother floor.
Uh-huh.
Right? And there's the places that I've wanted to go were brick. So it's a brick loft type of apartment. So it's really cool. It's really cool looking.
Yeah. Wow.
The only office tel I stayed in Korea had 3 bedrooms. So it was a pretty good size. 3 bedrooms, and then there was it was right next to Samsung.
Oh, really?
Yeah, in Suwon. So I think that's probably why it was bigger,
Yeah.
because of Samsung.
I
Yeah.
see. But usually it's very small. So because of the reason, I could hear everything
Everything?
what they said.
Oh,
My next door
Yeah.
made me crazy all the time. There were like 2 or
Yeah.
3 Chinese girls there.
Yeah.
And then they were talking in Chinese like, "Brr, brr, 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 brr." I'm sorry, but they were really noisy and loud. So I was like, please stop talking like at night. If it's during the daytime, it's fine.
so like where you were sleeping, were they literally right beside? Like, so if the wall is here,
Yeah.
they were literally on the other side
Yes,
of the
right.
wall. Oh, that is tough.
And they were laughing like all the time. So I'm like, please, why are you laughing like that all the time? You know?
Oh.
And you know what? Last time I visited the Airbnb, and that was an office tel also. And you know what I heard? You know what I mean. You know what I mean. The next door, the whole night, it was a nightmare.
The
I
whole
was
night.
there alone for my content, and they were, you know,
They weren't alone.
right?
Wow. Which, you know, for the record, whoever was over there, I give them credit. They're going all night. It's just like,
Yeah, but the also about good thing. Okay, let's talk about good thing about office tel. Again, 뭐 욕조에 뭐가 고장 났어?
or like if something if something stops working or something
Yeah,
messes up.
yeah. Then you have to call the person in like maintenance, whatever.
Yeah, it's like the 관리.
Yeah, 관리실.
Yeah.
And then they come to you right away. Yeah, that's something really good about it.
Yeah.
And also they have the good security system. So that is something really nice.
Yeah.
And they have 경비 아저씨.
Yeah.
How do you say that? 경비 아저씨 security?
The security guy?
A security guy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So yeah, I like office tel, but it's really small and you can hear everything. And yeah, so it has like
Yeah.
good things and the bad things.
Well, you know, also my last apartment, because you've been to it. a
Yeah,
couple times,
right.
That was also a office tel.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it can be like small, but it can be big.
Some
too.
could just be big.
Yeah,
like,
right.
Depending on where you are.
Uh-huh.
I didn't know it was an office tel until I went to Costco and I bought a couch, or we tried buying the couch. And then we went home to see where, if like, because you know, for a lot of people, when they buy big furniture in Korea, they have to open up the windows, right? So
Yeah.
then like the big thing, the big ladder thing comes in, right?
Right.
It didn't open up. We didn't have any windows that opened. And so we went to the 관리 사무소
Yeah.
and was like, hey, so how do we get in big furniture? And they were like, only the elevator. That's the only way.
Oh my
Because they were like, it's an
gosh.
office tel. And we were like, it's an office tel? They were like, yeah, this is not an apartment.
Oh my god, really?
So, yeah, I had no idea.
Oh my god, I thought it was like an apartment.
Which makes me wonder also,
Uh-huh.
and you might talk about this later, but in some apartments, I've seen daycare centers.
Daycare center?
Yeah.
Ah, right,
Like
right,
in the
right,
like
right.
on the first floor. And so I was
Yeah.
wondering if you have a daycare
Uh-huh.
in like a building, does that make it an office tel? Because apartments can't. Okay.
Apartments, they have,
They have it too?
yeah, they
Okay,
have it
okay.
too.
I always wondered that.
And the number 2, type 2, is villa.
Ooh.
Villa, oh my god. Oh my god.
Because when I think of villa, I think of like something completely different.
My nightmare just...
Why is villa a nightmare? I'm curious.
I mean, I loved it at first.
Yeah.
At first, I was like, okay, it's spacious. And it was cheap
Yeah.
compared to office tel.
Yeah.
because you don't have to pay a lot of like maintenance fee. So it's something really nice about it.
Yeah.
And usually it's kind of spacious. So if you ask me what villa is like 3 or 5 floors. They kind of small house. Yeah, I would say apartment, small apartment.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yes.
Yeah, that's villa.
That's a villa. Okay, yes.
Yeah, so usually it's very old.
Uh-huh.
It's very old, and the landlord lady is gonna be usually a grandma, a grumpy or angry grandma.
I've seen them so many times.
Oh my god, our landlord last time, that lady, the grandma, almost killed me.
The harmony. What did you do to the harmony?
Okay, let's say that something is broken. My AC was broken.
Yeah.
It was really hot this summer, you know, you remember?
Oh yeah, it was pretty hot. Yeah.
Yeah, and the AC was so old, so it's broken.
Yeah.
So I have to call the grandma, but she doesn't have Kakao Talk. She doesn't know how to text. I have to just call her. But the thing is that she doesn't really get the phone call that much.
Harmony.
Yeah, right? So it's really hard to communicate.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
I
yeah.
say, well, please. And then she's like, oh my God, other tenants here? Is that tenants? Yeah, other tenants here? They don't complain anything, but why you only feel that it's hot outside? It's hot inside. I was like,
It makes sense.
I was like, because it's summer. Because it's summer, please. Yeah, it's not just this time. And then also at the same time about the water too. There was a problem with water. And then I had to call the lady again. And then she was like, why again? Why the water? I'll fix it anyway.
Not you again.
It'll be next week. I said, okay. And then the next week, she doesn't do anything. So I had to call her again. And then, what happened? And then she was like, next week. And then I had to call again. Next week. I cannot shower, please. I had to shower, you know?
Yeah.
So it was like a really nightmare for me. But at the same time, the good thing is that the maintenance maintenance fee is very cheap.
Yeah.
Because the landlord lady, she is taking care of everything.
It seemed like it would be all cheap compared to like everything. Like especially an office tel or an apartment or house. That seemed like it's the cheapest for a reason, for a good reason.
Right. So, okay. And number 3 is apartments. Of course, everybody knows about apartment, right? Is it the same in America?
Yeah, like we all have similar. Yeah, but like office tel, I always would get office tel and apartments mixed up. But I think we're still the same when it comes to an apartment. But the way we pay for it is different. So like, you know, you said earlier, we do deposits, right? Here in Korea, and deposits are huge. A lot of times in the US, if you were to go to an apartment, first off, people don't own apartments. You can't own an apartment.
Oh, really? Wow.
Most of the time, like, and anyone in the comments, correct me if I'm wrong, but every apartment that I lived in before coming to Korea, it would normally be a company, and the company will have apartments built.
Wow.
And then you go and stay in those apartments. So like the Sharp, like if the Sharp built the apartment, but then they also managed the apartment as well.
I see. Interesting.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so the big deposit, it doesn't exist. So I would pay, I think I paid maybe 2,000. I think I paid 2,000 US. And then after that, I paid rent.
2,000 US.
2,000 US.
US. Okay.
And then I paid rent.
I see.
And then I think, and because I lived in North Carolina, so the rent, I don't live in like New York or Atlanta, LA, nothing like that. So my monthly rent was like $730, and it was a new apartment, $730.
Wow. That's great. That's great.
So, but you don't get the money back.
Yeah.
Minus the deposit, the 2,000 deposit.
Yeah.
You don't get the rent back.
I see.
So, but then, you know, some apartments in Korea, you'll pay what, like 200,000, 300,000 US dollars for an apartment. So just got to choose which one you prefer.
I think apartments in Korea is usually for families.
Yeah.
Yeah, family members. Yeah, so if you live alone, then probably you cannot live in an apartment because it's expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Marco from Seoul Mafia, hello. Chow, he's living in a very luxurious apartment.
What?
Yeah, alone.
What?
That's amazing, right? So if you have money, then you can do that. But
You-
if you don't have money like me, then you can live with your parents.
He needs to give me some advice then. Sheesh, I'm trying to learn from him. Yeah, I know, because like apartments are like, what, 3-4 bedroom? Like 4 bedroom, and they're pretty big, right?
Yeah.
And so it's, I guess, to be single and then have a gigantic apartment, you're like, you have your bedroom, maybe an office, but then for the other rooms, like, what do you do? I guess you just
Right.
throw your stuff in there.
Yeah,
Just
right.
throw it in there.
The English teachers, they live in an apartment.
They probably live in like a small apartment.
Oh.
Like a small. Like when I first got here, I was never an English teacher,
Oh.
but I had like a 2-bedroom. But my 2-bedroom was tiny.
Oh,
It was
really?
really small. Yeah, like the kitchen was like, I was standing at the sink,
Yeah.
and then if I take a step back, I'm almost in another room.
Oh, wow.
So it was really tiny.
I see. So there's that kind of apartment too. And number 4 is, as you know, just a house, detached house. Yeah. So we have that one, but I cannot really see them in Seoul or Incheon that much because our land, how do you say that?
Yeah, like just land. You
Yeah,
don't really have land.
is very limited.
Yeah, it's very limited.
Yeah. And also, I feel like, but they have the yard,
Yeah.
so it's very pet friendly, I
Yeah.
would say. But at the same time, the security system is a little,
Well, you know, there are some houses in some neighborhoods in Seoul,
yeah.
but those neighborhoods are ridiculously rich.
Oh, yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah.
ridiculously
I know,
rich, right?
Like Hannam-dong,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
area.
Because like I knew there were houses in Seoul, but then like it wasn't until I watched Sky Castle, and then I was like, holy crap! Like they have houses like this,
Yeah.
and it's like that. And then what's that movie? I finally saw it.
What movie?
Parasite.
Parasite. Yeah.
Parasite. And I was like, wow, that's like a really nice house. Like, and you normally like don't see houses like that even in the U.S. Like,
Yeah.
like you can, but they're also like richer houses, right?
Right.
But I was like, oh, that's the dream. That's the dream.
Yeah, right.
One day, Gina, one day.
One day. Yeah.
It's us is going to give us an apartment, a house.
Yeah,
You
let's
wait.
do it. Let's do it, everyone. Yeah. Okay, so today we talked about 4 different types of houses in Korea. So which one do you recommend? For example, like a foreigner came here, but she doesn't have a lot of money.
I say go for an office tale.
Office tale.
Yeah, if you don't really care about living in a really big place with tons of different things in it, and just get an office tale. It's the right size. It's not too big. It's not too little,
Right.
and the price will be a lot better for you.
Yeah, also like security is really, really important. But the villa, I would say the security is not that good.
I would say a villa is good if you are in Korea and you're below the age of 25.
Why?
I feel because when you're younger, your standards are lower too.
Because of that reason?
It sounds terrible, but like I remember, would you ever stay in a hostel? Yes, you would. You probably would if you were traveling.
Oh, I did it one time.
I did it once, and I was 21. I was 21.
Yeah.
Now I have the money to just stay in a hotel, in a decent hotel. Why stay in a hostel sleeping next to
Right.
people I don't know
Exactly.
when I can just buy my own place or rent my own place for a night, right?
Yeah.
So for young people, I would say villas work because you're younger. You can do that. You're more flexible. But when you get older, you're like, man, I need quality. I can't do this.
Yeah, right. I need a house and I need a car and I need just so many things I realized.
You need that Porsche. Porsche.
Yeah. Okay, guys, thank you so much for watching today's episode. And
Yes.
if you have any questions and if you are curious about anything about Korea, then please comment down below and we will talk about the topic next week.
Yes, we will. And I love doing podcasts. We could literally just shoot a bunch of podcasts and
That's right.
answer all of your questions.
Yeah, then we will see you next week.
Yes, we will.
Yeah. Thank you. Korea A to Z.
I was supposed to say it too, wasn't I?
Well,
Korea A to Z.
okay. Thank you so much and see you next time. Korea
A to Z.
Oh no.
Okay.